Testify.
Hi there. This is Let's Testify. I am a Jew, Ilumelu. Let's Testify is about real life stories, people's pains and gains, and the way people overcome the difficulties and adversities in their lives. Right here, we offer encouraging words and hope for the possibility of change, growth, healing, and the resolution for all their travails. This show delves into the innermost core of people's adversities. Welcome to Let's Testify. Today with us here is a very, very important man. But before we start, we'd like you to go to our social media, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. Visit out there, ask us questions, and we'll be glad to hear from you. But it is Let's Testify. Welcome back to Let's Testify. As I initially said, we have a very important man called Dr. Benedict Olusola. I'm going to have him do his own introduction. Hi, Doc.
Yes, how are you?
Doing
Thank you
okay.
for inviting me. My pleasure.
Got
I'm Dr. Benedict Olusola. I'm a medical doctor. I'm an athlete, I'm an inventor, and I'm also a musician.
Yeah,
And,
I have heard, I have seen you in
motivator.
action.
Okay. So, I want to share my experience as far as on this program, Testify, because I think this is very good for a lot of people to understand.
We appreciate that.
Particularly with the situation where a lot of the young people find themselves in this country. Back in my days, when I graduated from the University of Lagos, I graduated as a doctor. I was a national athlete, and because of that, the Amateur Athletic Association of Nigeria, in those days as we call them, wanted me to be in a place where I can be able to do my work as a doctor and also be able to train as an athlete, being a national athlete. And so they wanted me to come to the national stadium in Surulere and work there so that I can have the ability to train and also train the athletes and be able to prepare for our next international meet, which was the Commonwealth Games then. But how things run in this country, unfortunately, when you have all the qualification looking at you, and a lot of people look at you and say, hey, man, you're too lucky, you are a doctor, you are an athlete. A lot of people don't like that. So some people are going to be able to frustrate you. Some people are there because of nepotism. Everything was set for me to take this job, but due to the other interests that, will not give credit to who is due, there was lots of frustration on the way. And then in the middle of that, I was determining, what do I need to do? And I just realized that, if I have to struggle this hard to get what I truly deserve to have, how many more fights do I have to fight for the rest of my life to be able to get some other things done in this part of the world? So one night I was sleeping and I had a dream. It was a very bright dream that I was abroad somewhere. I was looking for a postgraduate position. And very, very bright. It's like an extraordinary type of dream. So I woke up and I said, you know what? What am I even doing here?
I'm out of here.
I have the skill, you know. I'm a doctor, you know. I'm a world-class athlete too. So if I get out of here, one of the two must be able to click to save me, to make me survive out there. So I knew in those days I had some friends who were working in the Caribbean, you know, like in Trinidad and Tobago. And, you know, so I know that. And that is the only place that I know people, you know, at least professionally in any part of the world that I know I can start with. So I just, I took my jumping shoes, you know. I used to be a high jumper and a triple jumper. Took my jumping shoes, took my certificate, took a few clothes, one bag with a few clothes, and with $99 US dollars. So that's all you're allowed to leave the country with in those days. It's $100, you know.
So after your dream, you just say, I'm out of here.
I'm out, yeah.
And then you picked your bag.
Yeah.
How big were your bags?
Oh, it's a small bag.
You know how men
overhead, you know,
shirt.
like like overhead bag you put on top of a plane, you know.
Yes, that's what you had.
That's what I had.
Certificate, doctor's certificate.
Jumping shoes.
Jumping shoes.
A few clothes.
A few clothes.
$99, which is all you're allowed to take out of the country legally in those days, because they search at the airport. And you know, that's one of the reasons why they sent fella to prison then. He had more than what the government says you can, you can take out of it. It's 100, that's it. So, but out of that 100, if you go to the bank, by the time they take out the taxes, you only earn with 99. So that's all I had. So without any notification that from my friends over there or anybody that I just, you know, I boarded the plane. You know, in those days, you know, Trinidad is a Commonwealth country. You don't even need a visa. All you need is a ticket. No, it's a ticket to go.
You need a visa now?
Now, yes. Okay. You know, things have changed. But in those days, in the 80s, all you need is a ticket to go to any Commonwealth country. So in those days, you go to the UK, you don't need a visa. Okay, it's just a ticket, right? Okay. So that's what it was. So I got to Trinidad and Tobago around 3 o'clock in the morning. Of course, I didn't know where to go. I just told the taxi driver to take me to the hospital. So I know at least some of them work in the hospital, and maybe I'll meet somebody over there.
So you left Nigeria.
That was it.
Without telling anybody where you were going?
No, I told people where I was going.
No, I mean when you didn't know where to go.
Yeah, I knew where to go, but the people there didn't know I was coming.
Okay, okay.
So, but as I pulled up at the hospital, I met one of my classmates, and he was working in the emergency room in the hospital there.
Wow. Amazing.
So
amazing.
He said, what are you doing here? I said, I've escaped. He was so happy. He said, thank God.
You escaped your country.
You escaped. Oh, he was so happy. Welcome. So he took me to his house that night and settled me down. And, you know, so he went back to work after he dropped me off. I slept, and in the morning I started thinking of how I was going to go there and apply for a job. Yeah, unfortunately, the criteria, all the documents they needed some more documents from Nigeria, which at that time I didn't have on me. So I sent a telegram for the document to be sent, and you know, telegram, mail, you know, it takes weeks in those days. For not now, you have FedEx and all that. So I was waiting in Trinidad, you know. I was just hanging out with him, you know. We go to work out, we go around, and in the evenings. So in one of these evenings, he was hanging around one of his friends. You know, they have a family there in Trinidad, and she happened to be somebody with some connections to the government of Guyana. And she was saying, "No, why are you hanging around here for so long?" I said, "I'm waiting for my documents." Oh. So he said, "You know what? If you want to go to my country, you know, you can go there and work." You know, so
That easy?
Then, yeah, and she just pick up the phone, call the minister over there. The next day I got an interview from the Minister of Health, just flew over to Trinidad and I got the job.
Dr. Olusola, so we're going to go for a commercial right now.
Yes.
And we'll be right back. Welcome back to Let's Testify. For those of you who are just joining, I'm with Dr. Benedict Olusola. We're talking about the human endurance, human travails that ultimately leads to success. Just listen to him.
So anyway, eventually I got a better offer in Jamaica. And, so I was in Jamaica. I was still doing my postgraduate training over there. And as at that point, my jumping skills came into life. And I took part in a lot of competitions there. I broke national records. I used to write for the newspaper. I was very popular. And I was also doing well with my training. And, based on what I achieved over there, I was able to go to the US and offer some more training and continue with my track and field. And, led me to learn a whole lot about medicine and, a lot of innovation, sports medicine, different specialties, which if I remain in this country, I will not have had the opportunity to learn. So, so the bottom line is believing in oneself. I believed I can go out there and survive.
So, Doc, I know that you have, you're just being modest with what you do. Everybody knows that the research in stem cell is up there. Even though I'm also in the health field, but I believe he's the best person to explain, because that's what he does. Is a research physician. He's a stem cell. Can you please?
Yes. The stem cell is one of the latest inventions in medicine. And I'm into stem cells research. Many years ago, a lot of diseases were thought to be incurable, like a lot of diseases that kill a lot of people in this country, like sickle cell disease, sickle cell anemia. A lot of people die at a young age. A lot of families have lost children at a young age due to sickle cell disease. What it is that the blood cells become abnormal. They don't circulate freely. And then they cause a lot of problem for the organs of the body, which fail and people die. So with stem cell, we're now able to cure this disease. Arthritis, people with joints that hurt a lot, after they become at a certain age, some people have to have a knee replacement. Now we can make those cartilage to grow. So a lot of things that we never thought we could fix in the past, we can do it with stem cells. Now the question is, what are stem cells? Stem cells are the cells in our body that repair us. Their job is to fix us, just like, when you create a road, you have a maintenance. God gives everybody maintenance after he created us. He said, fix them when they break down. Now these are the stem cells. The thing is that at a certain time, these stem cells, they fail to work.
While they're in the body.
Yes. Mm-hmm. And then our body breaks down and a lot of things happen. Now we have the ability to make those stem cells to work again and make them to do what they're supposed to do.
But you have to get them out first.
Yes, there are many ways we can.
Yeah,
we get it from you, we put it back. If you use your own, sometimes we get it from the umbilical cord of babies because they are very rich in stem cells, or the placenta, or even the cord blood. So these are some of the other sources of stem cells, and they do a lot of miraculous work of healing. And then I've done a whole lot of people with diseases that even doesn't have any cure that is supposed to kill them. You know, I've done work all over the world. You know, I've been in Jamaica, I've been in Thailand, I've been in Mexico.
You were in
Tanzania.
Thailand for a long time.
Yeah, Thailand was where I actually started learning about stem cells, and I worked there for many years. We have stem cells that we use from the human body, from the baby's teeth, from the blood, from the umbilical cord. We have a big research center over there, so which is where I gained the knowledge. Again, you know, this whole journey started from me just leaving Nigeria and believing
with
in
$900,
$99.
$99. You know,
So,
and again, he does is it cosmetic surgery?
Yeah, they do cosmetic surgery also.
You know, he's guilty. Yes. He won the front or back or whatever it is.
Yeah,
and if you want to look young, you know, if you want to look at, if you want to really look young and all of that. I haven't gotten to that stage, Doc. Yeah. But before it starts,
you're still young, you know.
Before it starts giving in, I will be there because I'm gonna do it. Yes. I'm gonna do it. You know.
Yeah, so it's great, you know, to believe in you. In the press, I also released a CD album. You know, I'm also a jazz musician. You know, I went into yes, of course. So go into music, invented a few equipments for fitness, and you know, I even invent some surgical instruments.
I like the boxing.
Yes.
Did you invent that?
Yes, wow. You know, a lot of equipments. You know, I'm also into martial arts. You know, in the 70s, you know, we used to practice at the National Stadium. We used to practice karate. You know, when I was also a track and field star, I created the first karate club at the University of Ife in those days, martial arts club. That was the first university I went before I switched to Lagos.
You know what, Doc? I am so glad that that you're here, and I want you to please give a message, very important message from your testimony here today. Can you talk to?
So the point is, you need to believe in you, have the confidence, be like the eagle. Okay, try and be different. Try and fly alone. You know, eagles don't fly in flocks, you know.
At all.
Go out and be the eagle. We will fly alone, and when the weather is rough, the eagle will even soar higher above the cloud. So you follow your dream, you follow your heart, and believe in you. You know, believe you can always do it. You know. Yeah, I see a lot of people, they have the ability, they have everything, but they just don't have that ability to finish. No, you get from an obstacle, don't hit your head against the obstacle. Think of how to get around it and move on. Because it's always a lot of people who are going to want to do. Just get around them and think of, you know, how do I know to get around it and keep moving.
Yeah, this is mine too. You know, whenever I get the chance to advise the younger generation, I tell them never to give up hope. Yes. And also, kind of like what you said, stand alone.
Yes.
If everybody is wrong, my father used to give me that advice. If everybody is wrong and you're right, stand on your own. If you want to succeed at first, stand alone. Start moving.
Yes.
You know, be like the doctor who will say, you know what, I'm going to follow my dream. I'm going to go where, and you don't know what life is going to give, but you believe. And you went directly to the hospital, yes. And then you saw your friends.
Yes.
You know, this is about it for Let's Testify. And we're so glad that you made this journey with us. Thank you and goodbye now.
Testify.